Hey guys, welcome to the Secret History Living Inside Your Aquarium. Today we're going to talk about two critters quickly, and we're going to talk about a little musical fish game I'm playing, switching tanks around. But first off, we're going to talk about the leopard endlers. These are rainbow tiger endlers originally from Lucas Bretz, LRB Aquatics, if you want to check him out online. He's got amazing shrimp and fish. Awesome dude, smart dude, innovative guy, can't say enough good stuff about him. Also, it's kind of interesting, these gold ring danios have started to school, as have the CPDs, which I haven't seen in a while, and I don't know what has sparked that, but it's kind of cool. I kind of like it when fish do that according to their type. So in any case, let's talk about these rainbow leopard / tiger endlers. I'm gonna start to coin them at this point leopard endlers, because you can see that their stripes are all but gone and they're much more of a spotted variety. Now, what I want to show you here, and I can turn down the light a little bit, is that they have an iridescent icy tail that's spade shaped. So the edges are an iridescent icy with a black line under it. And right now we've only got one female left to two males, and those are full-grown males there. And we have a whole bunch of babies, and unfortunately the mother from the last batch of babies born did not make it. I could tell she wasn't doing so hot. I put her into a isolation chamber and put an air stone on it, as well as catappa leaves and a few little drops of stress coat. Gave her some live food, hoping that maybe that would make her feel better, but she continued to decline for a couple days and passed away, unfortunately. That happens with guppies as they get older, and endlers as well. The females look much more just like guppies. Now, this saga of selective breeding continues in that I bought these thinking they were all leopard endlers, and they're rainbow leopard endlers in that they have different colored tails sometimes, kind of a variation. But really what's cool about these ones is when it's been dark all night, they have different colors of iridescent. So you can see they turn from yellow to kind of this duller tan color, but in that duller area behind their spots right there, sometimes he'll turn purple or blue, and they have a trait where they color up for mating or when they're scared. Very interesting. So that's hence probably the rainbow part of the name, and that they have different color patches on their tail. But you can also see that there's, oh, maybe you can't. They're so quick right now. They're in a feisty mood. I did a water change, and they're digging that. So what I wanted to show you is the oldest one. So we've got a female up here. You're starting to see, just like you would with guppies, you can see a gravid spot when she turns around. That's that dark spot by her anal fin. And there you go. You saw it there. And now for the males, I want to show you, let's see here, and you can see they've all been coexisting. Even the young fry and everything are coexisting just great with the CPDs, the erythromicron, rasbora, as well as the gold ring danios. So where did the I'm looking for you guys. Sorry, fish aren't always on cue. So there's a male in here that's starting to show some color, and he's right over here. And so you can see that he's showing color, and it'll still be another month before he really colors up. So at least we can sex him now. But he's getting near full size, even though he hasn't colored up. So with endlers, they're a little slower than guppies in that sense a lot of times. Now, the other thing that's a little different about them is they like water they can withstand water that has a little more acidity to it rather than base water. So, you can keep them in like a 6.0 acidity, and they actually don't mind that as long as there's tannins. So this male here, you can see he doesn't have that spade tail that I've selected, and I'm wondering, because these females were bought at another time from the same source as the males and were said to be males, I think her tail shape, that paddle shape, is definitely trumping their spade-shaped tail. And so I don't know if that is a trait which any of these generation will carry, but as I'm seeing a couple of the young that were born 2 months ago color up, they have kind of a a lying lyre tail, where there's yellow on the outside rim of their tail, which is kind of a cool look. And if that fills in blue like I've seen with the other clear spots on their tails, then that's a whole other variant that I might set aside. I've really been selecting for less of the rainbow in the tail and more of the predictable blue. Now this female is kind of getting ganged up on by the two adult males and soon to be these other young guys, so I might put her down with some more juveniles for a while because I'm sure she's already pregnant again. But I've set aside some more juveniles down here and I've put them in. Technically you shouldn't do this, but it's a quarantine tank for my new Lacunja Pelvica chromis Tiniatus cribs. And so you can see them back in here. They're settling in. Just got them from Oregon this last weekend. Beautiful fish, but they've been hiding a lot. So I figured, why not throw some Endlers in there? And these baby Endlers are quick enough that they can move. And in this particular strain, the colors are not super pronounced until a little later, till 3 months or so. And the females have no color, so it seems to be holding true that the line is pretty good in that the females are showing up as no color. The males, you can start to see dots on their tails. Still getting a lot more females than males. There's another male you can see coming up. These two down here are definitely going to end up being colorful males, and I just wanted to get another shot of these beautiful new fish. But they do seem to chase them around a bit. There are some remnants of shrimp, believe it or not, in this tank also, and it makes for an interesting tank. They're very quick. This shrimp, I didn't think it would survive, but it's been chilling on top of their coconut den for over 24 hours. That's been his little post. So hopefully these will also mate, and hopefully I can use this as a bit of a grow out tank slash the non-spade tails will set aside. Now the way the genetics work on these Endlers hopefully is even if these ones don't have spade tails, and there again you can see that kind of the tail has color on these ones, on one of them anyways, that's flanking the sides. But the way the genetics work is that these ones may not have spade tails, it may be recessive with the male, but their children, if crossed with one another, and since there were two females, I'm hoping that there's enough genetic diversity that we won't run into too many problems like you do with line breeding oftentimes, but their children can cross, and hopefully 1 in 4 or 1 in 8, something along those lines. If you knew the true dominance versus recessiveness of that trait, you could make a Punnett square. You can Google Punnett square if you'd like to know more about that. Maybe I'll do a video on it. There you can see that color that I was selecting for. So I want the males to look like this, but it might be another generation off since the females, the only ones I could get of these, did not have the spade tails. So that is an update of this saga for now. These are the ones that are coming out to backers, and also I'd like to give a couple random ones away to random folks for random love to y'all. And take care of yourselves, take care of your fish. Please hit the little bell if you'd like updates in the future when I have videos out, and take care of yourself, take care of your fish, and swim on. Alright guys, I'll talk to you later. Good night.